Hello and welcome to workshop 5.2, which looks at a FEA analysis for a bracket using ANSYS DesignModeler. So again, you'll need to import in a few part files. We'll be looking at some parameterization and generating mid-surfaces and design points. So what we want to do, first of all, drag and drop a geometry, right-click, new design modeler. Make sure our units are in millimeters, and what we want to do here is to import in a CAD model and modify the CAD model itself. So first things first is to import in the actual bracket mid-surface IGES, or here import in the bracket using the bracket XT file. So file, import, external geometry, bracket, XT file, and that's what we need. So open. Make sure that it's add as material. It's on the XY plane. Yes, yes, no, 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 and then normal for that. So generate. So we've got the bracket that's come through. So the first thing what we want to do is create an outline plane. So make sure the face tool selected. Select our plane from here. New plane, and then press generate. So we've got our plane 4 here that we can see. And once we've got that here, we should make sure that when we did this plane, so it's from face, arc center, yes, no, 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 that's fine. Okay, so looking at that now, plane 4, what we want to do is we want to go to the sketching. So click plane 4, sketching, modify. Okay, and what we want to do is click on that so we can see what we're working with. And what we want to do is we want to be able to sketch on that one and modify some of the models. So we've got the two circular edges bounding the inner two large circles. So what we want to do is if we use the duplicate function on the modify, duplicate, and what we want to do is duplicate selection. So right click, the images. So we got these two selected, and then right click, duplicate selection. So it's duplicated those, which is good. And you can use the display model to temporarily hide models and stuff. Again, it's completely up to you. So you can visualize what it looks like without it looking like. And what we want to do here is in the detail view, select show constraints. So show constraints, and what you'll find is there is a coincidence for CR31, and what we'll do is we want to delete that, and also remove the other one as well, delete that. So there's no a constraints for those. So it's unconstructed, so what we want to do is go to general and give it a dimension. So general, give this one, I'll put this one here, and then let's change that one to 2 millimeters. Okay, now move the cursor away from, again, to give it the D1 dimension, and what we want to do is put equal radius as a constraint. So find equal radius. So that one's the same as that one, so we have that there. Okay. So if we go back to the modeling and then click on the ISO, we can see we've got these two circles that are there. And now what we want to do is we want to select the two faces from Create Map, select and delete these faces. So we've got that face there, press Control, that face there, create, delete face, and press generate, and it will fill those holes in. And what we want to do now is we want to extrude, and from the menu, so extrude those, press apply. Obviously here we change this one as cut material, and we make sure that the direction is none reversed. Obviously we can see that it is reversed. This is going downwards. through all, so press this one, through all bodies, yes, press generate, and now we have 2 new holes that are 2 millimeters. So the next thing is we're going to raise this part of the bracket, extruding upwards. So what we want to do is select this surface, so make sure that's selected. You can select that surface here, so that one there, plus this one here. Once we got that, we can then just go straight to the extrude function and press apply here. In direction, if we then select one of the edges here, click at the different direction, and if we now apply that selection, we can put an extra value of 5 millimeters, and you can see it extrudes it up completely. Press generate, and now that's slightly raised. Now the key thing here is we can also extrude our actual cutout as well. So it's called the front brace slot. So again here, what we want to do is select our faces, make sure the face selection is on, and then we extrude this one and press apply. And again here, what we want to do is extrude it along, add it as cut material, and the direction is this way here. And again, we apply a value of 5 millimeters, generate, and that's now modified to the way that we need. Now that 5 millimeter that we've cut out, we can turn it into a parametric function. So what that means is we don't need to open up DesignModeler again. We can use the parametric function here. So ASH, added slot, height, and we can change that without physically opening up DesignModeler, which is a really good way of doing things. So if you click on the parameter function here, what you'll find is this section here, and you can see here it says the design parameters, and then you've got the parameter dimension and assignment. So in here you got extrude at 3.1 at this, and this is the length. Now you could change this as well, so you can add a different slot height. So type in a new function and below. So in target right, extrude 2 FD1. So we could type in extrude 2 dot FD1, and then here you would put at ASH, and then here it's set as length. Okay, once you've done that, you can then keep that parameter. The function I've just entered reference to dimension to extrude FD1 used to find the amount which the bracket extends it upwards, and then you can use that later on to make references and do some amendments. So filling in the existing fillets and insert new parameters from new fillets also can be done as well. So what we want to do is remove the original fillet that's here. So model view. Escape. What I'll do is come out of this parameterization to something a bit more. Sorry. Delete. So that's the face that we want to select. We want to go to create and delete that face. Okay, so it creates a point there. At the same time, we also want to delete the back-ended one as well, so we could have selected both really. Make sure that we select all the faces that's needed. Apply, generate, there we go. And replace the fillet with another blend, so fixed radius. So fixed radius, select this edge here. Once we've got that one, we can then put in the value of 4mm along one edge, press generate, and do the same for 2mm for the inner edge. So blend fixed radius along this edge and this edge, 2mm, generate. So we got that there. Okay, so once we've got that, again here, you can change and give it a parameterization for the inner edge and the outer edge. So i.e. inner edge, and here again we can go into the parameterization, and here what we find is a new section here. So again, in a new function, type in fb blend 1 dot fd1, and then in the expression at IE, but this time we put in we need to put in brackets here, so at IE +2, close bracket, okay, and again here it's going to be length. Okay, so the parametric function was created. It will ensure that the two fillets are always in proportion, and the bracket height will always extend to the slot height. And then obviously your design is also there as well. Check, and that's fine. So in the design parameter box, change the values of outer slot height to 2 and inner radius to 1. So here we can go to the if we change this value to 2mm and change this value to 1mm, and then what we will need to do is enter the checkbox. The function is evaluated, check the values correspond correctly, and then press generate to update. So you can see it automatically moved everything in proportion by using the parametric function. So identifying the face pairs, mid-surfaces to create. So what we're going to do now is we're going to create some mid-surfaces, select the edges and selection filter. So edges selected. We can then minimize this a little bit. Okay, so the workshop does go through a few parameterization, and what you may find is sometimes the parameterization does cause a few key issues, and it's quite complex. What I would definitely say is that the parameterization will be used for the assignment 1, but I will give a very clear video tutorial guide on how to use parameterization for your ANSYS assignment.